Good afternoon.
Hope all's well with yous. Oh, get parked up. Ah, that's better. Busy? Yeah, keeping going. Been on a bit of a rescue mission this past week and whatnot, but we're back in the workshop. And we've been working on one or two bits and pieces. I was busy painting up some of the, giving some of the shanks a bit coat, that potassium permanganate. It's actually very nice. You can see I've got, this you'll not have seen this one, this is a piece of yew that I sorted out and put a bit of antler on it, still to be trimmed off, and this is going to have a tether, but it's going to be a shell case, brass shell case, and a lot of nice bit of brass chains going through and whatnot. Particular one, that's for a particular person, so that'll be that. But the potassium permanganate works really well. You should give it a try if you're looking for that oldish kind of look quickly. It does. Put it on red, and when you put it on, it's reddish, and then it dries to this kind of, for a better, such an antique brownie. But it does work. It gives the stick that oldish kind of look. If you peeled it back anyway, and you can't use it on bark as such. But well, you could. I've never really done that, but it gives it a nice look. That's for sure. And I also did it on that the buckthorn. Each stick's kind of different. It'll come out a different shade. You can give it a second coat, third coat, many coats as you want. I would like to say there's a measure when you're measuring up with the water, but not really. You just pick the amount you want and go for it. So that's what we've been busy doing there, and this is a lovely bit of root that's going into resined up a piece of antler on it. I had to resin up the antler with a hole in it so as I could bore down into the hard as hell. Come out one of these root systems again. But a piece of root I came across, this came out what was originally way back in the estate, was the arboretum, pineatum, sorry. And I took a chunk off that yesterday. Now that was just worn with the weather. Probably anything between couple hundred years old, the rooting system in this. And I seen it that day and cut it off, brought it back. And it's laying in the box. Oh, that's another story. It's laying in the box, so I cut it, but the smell of the resin is so solid in it. I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but just I cut it yesterday, put it in my nose. I went, oh, gee, smarted with it. That's how strong it still was. Like, you know, after all these years. Yeah, so we had a bit of a red out in terms of the handles. The other week there we got shot of a lot. Clear things out. Tried to remember what I had. So we were busy doing that, getting all that sorted out. So I've been busy with odds and ends. This one, I did mention I was going to piece on wood to the antler, which I've done, but I'm happy with it all. I know it's been studied. It's all studied. Well, these are studied, believe it or not. I used 8mm studs, and this, you can't really get away with a dowel. You could, but no, studs. So I use 8mm Sheridan studs, so strong. Once it's resined in, nothing's going anywhere. And I'll do the same for the, like say this one here, is it's going to be part of a cane type, so it's resined in too. This will be really nice once it's sand. I might get around to sanding them all up. There's the thing. So we've been joking around with this, that, and various other things, and but we're on a rescue mission there last week. Or part rescue anyway. Sitka spruce. What can you say? Came across an area that I hadn't been for 5-6 years, and it was on the back of a clear fell that a lot of softwoods. But on this top corner of this ride, I can, as I say, I'm not good off-road now. Off-roading I don't really do a lot of, but I decided the other week there to go this particular way just to have a look-see and see what is happening and how the trees that they've been replanted. They're a completely different game, of course, nowadays when they're doing it. It's a very rough business. Once they've got a clear fell, it's big high market comes in and just digs holes. And basically doesn't dig the hole, basically it's looking for soil to create bumps, like big mole holes. And then the guys come along and plant on top of this, keep them up out of the weed situation, try and give the trees a head start. But the amount of thing, there's no grubbing up or anything like that now, or burning, which you used to do all these years ago, and it's just impossible to walk through. You just can't get any access to it at all. But on the top part of this ride, it obviously had been blazed out and below years before it was clear felled, and all the debris had gathered on top and created an inch of whatever on top of the blaze, and it obviously dropped seed. Must have been a Sitka close by, a drop seed before the clear fell, and now it's opened up to the light and everything. These trees have germinated and there's loads of them. So I was trying to rescue the best of them. Give them a life. I was going to forget about them, but oh, no, I can't do that, like, you know. So I had to go back, and so busy, but I've taken the best. I'm afraid I've had to leave some behind. It disappoints me, but yeah, I had to do so. You want to take them off, but you can't do it. The deer had been at them, but because we've had so many mild winters, they won't really go at the Sitka too much. They'll find anything else for by, and they're not bad actually. They'll pull at them and it kind of distorts the tree and the chew bits, but they don't really nip them. They're not like hares. Hares are a different thing. Hares go at young trees. They'll cut them. That's it. Like, you know, it's done. Done. Not grow again. So anyway, but we did what we could. But anyway, when I was up that way, Dana had put a comment on about this piece, and I decided that I'd have a look up and see and try and find out. I did know a little bit, but Witch's Broom is called on the birch. Now, I thought it was silver birch it was grown on, but there's another one called Downy birch or something like that. It's another birch as such. But it was an interesting article on how it actually ends up. I've still not got around to. He did say to me that there would be some nice bits and pieces, like bird's eye and that type of thing, with all the different junctions and whatnot. And he's right enough, it will be in there. But whether this piece in itself is big enough to do what I want it to do, I very much doubt it. But we'll have a go at it at some point. But that's what it was, Witch's Broom. That's what it's called. Fascinating in itself, like, you know. So if you want to know something about it, you just look it up as Witch's Broom, and it'll come up on Wikipedia or one of these things, and it'll tell you what you need to know. But while I was there, over to the side a bit, I had clocked this other birch with, and I remember reading about this a long time ago. The fungus that grows on the birch kills the tree, totally kills the tree altogether. It can lie on the tree for many years until the tree has a weakness of some kind, and then it takes over and it just eats up. But this is, I can't remember the name of the fungus, but it's a leather strop. They used to use it for sharpening, I wouldn't say sharpening actually, knives or razors or whatever it would be. I think it's more to do with keeping an edge on really sharp tools, if it worked at all. But leather strop fungus it is, and so bring this back and show you. But it's quite an interesting thing. So I did look it up on YouTube to find a chap sharpening a knife which was already extremely sharp. And I said, well, I'll take it down and try what he tried. And I've got a knife there that's got an edge on it, but it didn't. I think there's probably a way of doing this that's been lost in time. I think there's added pieces to this that you need to know. Certainly you've got the fungus and you've got the knife or the razor or whatever it be, but I don't think we've got all the information on relating to how you get the best out of the fungus for putting an edge on a knife. So, but if anybody out there knows so, by all means tell me. I don't think I can find anything on it as such, but it was interesting. So this we did. Right? So as I say, I've been off-roading a little bit, and this is going to be interesting. This one, this is a handle for a walking pole as such. I'm busy putting together right now. That's a bit of limewood, right? As you can see, it's I've got it kind of roughly shaped out. Oh, there we go. Time already. Oh, gee, where's it all went, right? So this will be quite nice, but this one's going to be different. This is going to have a bit of once it's mated to the shank. This is going to have a bit of shrink wrap put round over the whole thing to really seal it up totally. As you can see, I've countersunk and bored, ready to take the tenon and whatnot, so another piece of work. But anyway, we shall leave it at that. There's loads of other things that I've been joking with, but the bell has rung, so that is it, like, you know. And painkillers, we need to get them. What can you say? It's been one of these difficult days, right? But I better go because it's wrong. I'm not any better at editing things. So all the best to everybody out there, and I hope that was of some interest. I'll catch you again. Cheers. Oh.